Here with head coach Anna Nimz as Lady Demons get ready to head to Katy conference tournament this week, and plenty to discuss in regards to that. But first, Coach, since I didn't get a chance to talk to you after Saturday's game against Southeastern, well, just wow. First of all, great win, great way to finish the regular season. Feel like some momentum there for sure, but talk about the game, just quick recap, and just how you are seeing that game now a few days later than maybe opposed to the first few minutes afterwards.
I don't think it's changed all too much. We're still really excited about it. Obviously, we've moved on and definitely started focusing probably hours later after the game. We started focusing on the next game. But the girls did a good job. I thought that they showed more poise, more consistency. We kind of got inside ourselves a little bit, but we're able to call a timeout, refocus. Really, I think they played a little bit better basketball in the sense of not playing so much through their emotions. And it showed on the court. They were able to battle back after maybe a turnover. We started the game with 7 turnovers in 5 minutes, and holy cow, you think that's going to be a long night. A lot of them were dead ball turnovers, but it's a big hats off to the defense because I think, they did a really good job. They held a great shooting team to low percentages around the 3-point line. And they just took care of business. They had fun. I think they believed in themselves, and it just makes a big difference when that's happening.
Talk about specifically, I want to point out Candace there, especially in that second half. She had a tough night shooting overall, which I know probably was frustrating for her more than anybody. But to go 10 for 10 from the free throw line, make some clutch shots to not only keep it close in the second half, but then ice it. Obviously we know she does really well from the free throw line, but for her to struggle from the field but still find a way to help the team.
And I think that's growth, because sometimes when the ball's not falling her game, she gets pretty frustrated with herself. And I thought this game, although she got frustrated, she was able to come out of the game, regroup on the sideline, and come in and be, that X factor that we've relied on her to be. And anytime, she hard attacks, she's quick, incredibly quick off the bounce, gets to the rim, and I just think it's really impressive that she can step up a lot of the time after taking a pretty hard spill on the ground. Shake it off, step up, and be pretty clutch on that on that free throw line. So obviously, any coach will tell you can win and lose games on that line. And with Candace in the lineup, obviously we're sitting pretty in that field or in that percentage. She did big, but you can't look away from the fact that Jemiah Braxton comes in, uses her body, gets to the rim, gets downhill, gets to the rim, gets a nice little layup, and then that just spurred her success. Was able to hit back-to-back 3-pointers. That just kind of kept us climbing, and just kept the girls really believing. And then defensively, they would do a good job. They got rebounds, handled their press very well. And so that's something that we hadn't done as of late. I think we changed something, and they believed in it and bought into it, and they did a really good job. So happy about that as well.
You mentioned the rebounds. Jordan Todd, 15 in the game. It felt like Alicia had more than 8. Somehow she only ended up with 8. But, being right there neck and neck with Southeastern in the reboundings on a night where we still turn the ball over, like I know you want to clean up, but, to be able to fight through that, get the rebounds, score the buckets, play good defense in the final game of the season against a team fighting for a potential top seed, it's got to be a huge momentum builder.
Definitely. Jordan Todd didn't have a great scoring night, but anytime you can bring down 15 rebounds, it's obviously going to be paramount in our success. And it was good to see, on top of those rebounds, I bet she got on 3 50-50 balls and, tied it up, created either an extra possession for us or at least a dead ball for them. And that's a big body falls hard, and she puts it on the line for her team. And, Lily only came down with 8 rebounds, but I wonder how many, if we really statted it, how many she got her hands on that created the rebound for us. She just didn't have the opportunity to grab it. So just very selfless basketball. They do a great job. I think, I texted Lily after the game and I just told her, I said, you're steady getting better every single game. Had a couple nice hard takes that, didn't go in, but it's good basketball. And so we're just continually excited to see something new almost every single game, that we can build on. And, again, I still don't think anyone's really seen the best of Lady Demon basketball. So I'm hoping that this is kind of, we're starting to piece that together. But I just think it has to do a lot with us going in and playing with poise and just believing in they could get it done, and they did. I was very happy.
2 wins out of the last 3 games to end the season, going, peaking in, well, maybe not peaking, but getting that rhythm, finding out, like we talked about, figuring each other out on the floor. I mean, what kind of momentum do you feel like we have going into Katie?
I'd like to say we have a good, we have some steam behind us, and that's what I hope. Sometimes we've kind of been that heartbreak team a little bit where we show up one day and then we don't show up the next day, but I think the girls are really ready. I think they're excited. I think, we brought out the bracket from 2015 when Coach Dorr was here and, came in as the 6th seed, and they went ahead and made it those 4 long games and cut down nets. So it's not that it can't happen. And I think a lot of it's just getting kids to believe that it is possible, that they're not going in just as to lose and go home. And so it's just about getting them to believe, visualize that they can do it, get past this game, and make some noise. But really, just play good basketball. Play for 40 minutes and no matter what, that's all anybody asks, or at least that's all we ask of them. Play for 40 minutes, play to the best of their ability. And I think they're excited. I think they're ready to do that.
Obviously, the challenge ahead is the hope of playing 4 games in 4 days to get to Sunday. With that in mind, what is that approach like? I mean, I always know it's Thursday first, but keeping in mind that there is a bigger picture that potentially could lie ahead.
We put a big premium on recovery. And so, just kind of been working with our strength coach and our ATC and Coach Adrian with the grad assistant, just making sure that we have the fuel, that we're monitoring their intake both with hydration and making sure we're getting the proteins, making sure we're getting the mobility and yoga and ice baths. So we have a list that we're ready to use, I guess you could say, and just how we've got to fuel their bodies and fuel their minds to make sure that they are able to play. Everybody's tired. Every coach is tired. Every player is mentally and physically tired. So it comes down to who wants it the most. Obviously, you have to have some skill in there, but they have that. So it's what you're willing to lay on the line. And, but as far as for me, I'm focused on game 3. Now, my incredible staff, I'm pretty sure we've got the next 5 scouts laid out because you know the first couple, but you don't know that as last couple. So just big hats off to them. They're working a lot of hours. I know I had a couple of them working on their own here late last night, and there was 3 of us at my house late last night. So just lots of hours for you as well. But just very appreciative of everybody putting in big time.
It kind of seemed like going into this week that maybe us and maybe New Orleans on that list of teams that nobody really wanted to play in that first round, and just so happened that we lined up against each other. So second time we've seen New Orleans in the span of a week, third time this season, 2 kind of different games so far. What's the thoughts going into to Thursday against the Privateers for the third time?
We have to show up for the first place. I think that when you go back and watch that first half, it's just very lackluster. Not to say, 5, 14, 0, 34. They all got above their averages. They played a great game, especially coming off an overtime an overtime loss there at SLU. But they came in and earned the win. But I also think they didn't see great Lady Demon basketball. I don't think that they saw the defense that you've maybe seen throughout the course of the year. So, cliche, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Well, we're not going to have to focus on that because they smoked us at ours. And so, now we're going in, and if they got that one, we're going to try real hard to go get the one that matters most.
All right. Thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you. Borkum.